Spiritual warfare. John Cole knew something was wrong the moment he walked into the house. It was quiet, too quiet. "Honey," he called. "Andrea? Jeff? Anyone home?" "Up here, John." John climbed the stairs. He found his son and wife in Jeff's room. The boy face down on the bed, crying into the pillow. Andrea was sitting at his side. John didn't say anything. He sat on the side of the bed and put his hand on Jeff's back. After a moment, he looked up at Andrea. "The Bryan boys again." She spoke slowly, trying to control her anger. They were waiting for him after school. When he came out, the oldest one, Bobby, was sitting on Jeff's bike, and the other brothers were blocking Jeff's way. When Jeff asked for his bike back, one of the boys pushed him down. "Did they hit him?" "No, but they said they would if he didn't give them $1," said Jeff, looking at his dad, his face wet with tears. "It's not right what they did, Dad. It's not right." "I know, son, I know." John cupped Jeff's face in his hands and rubbed away the tears. "We'll talk more after dinner." Jeff could not see the two visitors who entered his room while he rested. He could not hear the flurry of their wings or their conversation. What could they want with this little fellow? It was Paragon who spoke first. "He has harmed no one." "They lurk around the young, Paragon, and they find evil hearts to do their bidding," replied Aegeus, his companion. The strength of the two angels filled the room, wide shoulders rounded with muscles, strong arms folded, swords ready in their belts, faces firm and solemn. Their soft white robes glowed, and their eyes were filled with anger. After dinner, John had an idea. "Let's go into the living room," he suggested. "I've got something to show you." When the three were seated on the couch, John reached over to the coffee table and picked up the large family Bible. He opened it carefully to one of the colored plates. It was a picture Jeff had looked at many times. Moses standing near the edge of a big sea, the sky behind him black with clouds, his hair and robe blown back by the wind. An army of chariots raced toward him from one side, and a large group of people stood in front of him. The soldiers in the chariots looked mean, and the people looked afraid, but Moses seemed calm. He was holding up his staff and facing the heavens. The words just below the picture read, "Remain calm. The Lord will fight for you." "Who do you think said those words, son?" John asked. "Moses?" Jeff guessed. "You're right. Do you think he was afraid?" "I would have been. With all those bad guys coming and all those people asking for help, I would have been afraid." Andrea spoke up. "He's trapped. He has the sea on one side and the army on the other. Where can he go?" "That's how I felt today with the Bryan boys, Dad," said Jeff. "I felt trapped." John closed the Bible and put it back on the table. "I know, son. That's why we have to do what Moses did. We have to ask God to take over." Paragon and Aegeus stood behind the family looking at the picture. "I don't remember Moses as being that tall," Paragon said. "He wasn't," Aegeus explained, "but the guy who painted the picture didn't know that. The rest looks right, though. Remember when God sent us down to blow open the sea and let the people go through?" "You bet I do. That was great. Looks like we'll be called to stir up a few more things pretty soon." It was almost midnight when John walked into his son's room. Jeff was asleep. Andrea was asleep in the other room. But John spent almost an hour sitting on the couch with the open Bible on his lap, reading God's promises of help. "I made you, and I will take care of you. I will carry you and save you. The Lord searches all the earth for people who have given themselves completely to Him. He wants to make them strong." The angel of the Lord camps around those who fear God, and he saves them. He has put his angels in charge of you to watch over you wherever you go. Don't think these little ones are worth nothing. I tell you, they have angels in heaven who always are with my Father in heaven. Wow, John said aloud. Those are the words of Jesus. With each verse, he could almost feel the power of God in the room. He set the open Bible on the table and walked quickly up the stairs. With Aegeus and Paragon close behind, he knelt beside his son's bed and began to pray. Paragon, quick! Aegeus cried. Look out the window. In the blackness of the night sky, shadowy black followers of the devil were coming towards Jeff's room. As the dad prayed, the angels went into action. Oh, no, you don't, they cried at the same time. In an instant, Paragon and Aegeus were in the sky with wings spread and swords drawn. This boy is not yours to take, Aegeus declared. Just the sound of the angels' voices made the black shadows flee. And don't come back, you turkeys, yelled Paragon after them. When Jeff awoke the next morning, he found a note from his dad on the pillow. Remember the words of Moses, Jeff. Remain calm. The Lord will fight for you. I don't know how he will do it, son, but trust God and he will take care of you. As Jeff rode his bike to school, he kept saying the words of Moses over and over. Keep calm. The Lord will fight for you. Jeff had just turned the first corner when he saw a barricade blocking the road, which was flooded with water. Funny, he said to himself. I didn't hear it storm last night. He turned his bike around and took another street to school. As he rounded the corner, he heard a crash and thud. He looked up and saw a boy lying next to a parked car with his bicycle on its side, wheels still spinning. Jeff raced to the fallen boy, who was groaning in pain. It was Billy Bryan, the youngest of the Bryan brothers. I wasn't looking, Billy moaned. I didn't see the car. I just rode right into it. Billy was holding his elbow when Jeff saw the blood. He knew what to do. Stay right here. I'll go get some help, he said. But when he turned, he ran right into the arms of a man. It was his dad. I was following you, he explained, just in case something happened. The next few minutes were a blur of activity. Jeff telling his dad what had happened, John carrying Billy, Andrea bandaging Billy's arm. That's when Billy realized where he was. He'd been crying so hard he hadn't even noticed who had helped him. Wait a minute, he said. You're Jeff Cole. Jeff didn't speak. We took your bike yesterday. Jeff still said nothing. But you helped me anyway. Billy's voice was soft with wonder. Andrea smiled at Jeff. Things will be better now. John smiled at Andrea. God did it again. And above the group, Aegeus smiled at Paragon. That was a clever move, blowing the water across the road so Jeff would take a different road to school. I learned it at the Red Sea, Paragon chuckled. I wonder if someday someone will paint a picture of Jeff helping Billy. Aegeus laughed. If they do, I hope they don't make him look too tall.